Hey everyone, we're at a mystery convention. I wonder if you can guess where we are. Hey platform, we are here at YALC, that is a Young Adult Literacy Convention. We are going to be taking you behind the scenes for the next 3 days. There's going to be authors, there's going to be stalls, there's going to be books, there's going to be talks. It's going to be amazing. Let's go. Our first stop is obviously the Penguin stall, where we have this amazing setup which has the book covers and then also the synopsis. So you can look at the covers, judge a book by the cover, but then judge it by its content as well. So these are all the books that are coming soon, but we also have some binge-worthy reads that are already out to check out as well, and some of the best books that we are most looking forward to this year. So as we can see over there, we have Crossfire. So that is the next book in the Noughts and Crosses series, which we're all super excited about with the beautiful new covers. And on this wall, we have the new Karen M. McManus thriller, One of Us is Next, the sequel to One of Us is Lying. Ta-da! So obviously when you first come to a convention like this, first thing you're going to notice is how many stalls there are around. So obviously you've got to go and explore. I haven't seen the hardcover yet. It's so nice. This is so lovely. So they have these new covers of the Noughts and Crosses series, this new illustrator, which are gorgeous enough. I didn't realise they had these incredible hardcovers. The things that you discover at YALC, am I right? That's one of ours, yeah. So I've just spent like 20 minutes at the Waterstone stall and there are so many more stalls to go. So let's go. They're book pockets. They're things you put your books in so they don't get messed up in your bag. This is genius. I got a Scrabble ring with an R on it because I'm very egotistical and it is my name. Nerdy bath salts. Can I just say nerdy bath salts sounds like a Dickensian character? Perfect, there we go. Also, very appropriate for a book-based event. They have a chill-out zone, so you can take all the books that you have just bought and go and read them immediately. So as well as the normal panels and stuff like this, YALC also has workshops, so people can find out more about writing and the publishing process. So we've been learning loads from the panels. There's actually one going on right behind me about YA thrillers with our very own Emily Barr and Karen M. McManus on it. It's been really interesting. There have been panels that have had debut authors on them, like Savannah Brown, for example, who's just written The Truth About Keeping Secrets. But there's also authors who've been writing for decades sometimes. Owen Colfer was in conversation yesterday, who's obviously the author of the Artemis Fowl books. So the great thing about these panels is they're discussing a lot of the different issues that we see within YA and that actual teenagers are facing. There's a panel specifically about social media, for example. We've talked a lot about mental health, about sexuality, about representation, and also the writing and publishing process. I think it's really interesting at conferences like this, you have people who are super into getting into writing themselves, and then you have people who are just here to be readers and to learn more about the books. And I think it's so exciting that there's a space which can do all of those things at once. So I am here with the amazing Malorie Blackman. Malorie, you have more of an involvement with YALC, I guess, than the average author who comes here. Could you just let everyone know your involvement, like how?
Well, when I was Children's Laureate, it came about when I was Children's Laureate because it was one of the projects that we were talking about and hoping to bring to fruition. So there was a lot of work behind the scenes before we got it here. And we tried it out at the LFCC in October, just one panel, which went down really well. So then we kind of thought, let's have a whole weekend thing going on. And the first one was at Earl's Court. And it was one of those things where we weren't sure if anyone was going to turn up, and I remember doing the inaugural speech, and I actually stood up and I thought, okay, it's at London Film and Comic Con, it's part of London Film and Comic Con, so I did the first half of my speech in Klingon. So I think I am the only one who's ever spoken Klingon in one of the panel sessions. So I did it half in Klingon, and I said, for those who don't speak Klingon, here's a translation, and it was amazing, and it was styled out. I mean, it was just, I think most of the panels had 600 people or more, and it was fantastic. So it's just one of those things. I'm here now in the 6th year, and it's still going strong and bigger and better than ever. And I just think, God, that's so brilliant to be part of setting this up in the first place.
Amazing. How has it changed since that first year? Like, is it still really similar, or has anything been?
I think it's got a very similar vibe. We wanted to make sure we had a quiet space for people to just read. I thought that's really important because it's so bustly.
Yeah.
You need a quiet space. But just wanted it to be welcoming and celebratory. We've got far more publishers now than we did in the first year. The first year I think it was a couple, and now it's kind of like wall-to-wall publishers, which is brilliant. But I think it's still a similar vibe, and so I'm really happy about that.
Amazing. I guess the other thing is there any moment at YALC that you've had over the last 6 years that's really meant a lot to you, or you think really kind of solidifies like why you're doing this?
I think every year has been. I mean, I've only missed 1 year. I missed the 5th year, but I've been here every year apart from that. And I think the thing that stands out to me is just all the wonderful people I've met in the panel sessions and in the signing queues. All the other wonderful authors I've met, which has been absolutely amazing, and just so many people just milling around saying how much, it's not just about my books, it's about kind of introducing teens to new authors and new books and so on, and that was really important to me, to get teens reading and get books to teens and teens to books.
I mean,
and I am melting here, but never mind.
I think you can see there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think you've definitely done the job.
Oh,
Amazing.
well.
Thank you so much, Malorie.
My pleasure.
So that was YALC. I've come away with many pin badges, a ton of postcards, and obviously a lot of books. If this seems like something you'd be interested in, then don't forget to check out YALC next year in 2020, or in the meantime, other bookish events in your area. And don't forget to subscribe to the platform for more bookish videos. Bye!